Hey, welcome to another edition of News You Can Use. And listen up, we have a News You Can Use exclusive for you in just a hot second. It's about a woman who's alleging racial discrimination after visiting a hospital in Ontario. Plus, we have a story about Canada's largest city, which has hit a vaccination milestone, and a good news story about a family who just keeps on winning. Seriously. But before we even get into all of that, make sure to do the homework. That means subscribing to this channel like right now, hitting that notification bell. Yesterday? Right now?
Oh, sorry, no, yesterday. Yesterday, guys, yesterday.
And make sure to follow us on all of our social media. Okay, back to the exclusive. Because as I mentioned, a woman in Ontario is alleging racial discrimination in Canada's healthcare system. So what took place? Let me tell you who she is. Her name is Alicia Andrews, and she basically went to the hospital in St. Catharines. She visited the emergency room after having symptoms of a swollen tonsil and chest pain. Now, before we even get into any more of this, I want you to take a look at the video of what she recorded. Look at this.
That's what you just did.
I am not pulling the race card.
Yeah.
I am not pulling the race card. I sat here for hours quietly. I have sat here for hours quietly.
We're done.
I sat here for hours quietly.
No, it's not a code white. Okay.
Oh, it's not a cold white. You know what?
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is. You know, Alicia says that she went into the hospital expecting to be treated for her symptoms, which quickly escalated. Now, she says she was extra concerned because she has Marfan syndrome. And she says that the treatment she received was insufficient. So I want to read out some of the claims that she's alleging. She basically says that nurses, doctors, and other hospital staff neglected many of her symptoms. Now, she also says that the doctor did take a COVID test and was ready to let her leave with a prescription that she believes that she was possibly allergic to. That's when she says an argument started, it began and then escalated, and that's when she believes racial bias began to take place. Here's a bit of what she had to say. Take a listen to this.
Then I was able to access my blood work online to see what blood they took. And based on the blood they took, there was no infection screening. There was you could see that they were looking to see if there was anything in my blood, essentially. And then when I said to them, I'm sitting here for 4 hours with no water, no pain relief, nothing. I feel like I'm being treated as if I'm here to score drugs. That turned into an even bigger explosion, as if I had said something wrong.
Oh.
And then when the nurse said, we don't give patients water in the ER until their blood gets back, because if there's drugs in their system, it would activate the drugs. That's when I said, okay, this is definitely racial bias. There's a lot of aggression for no reason.
You know what? That's not the only thing she had to say. She said the nurses at the hospital in St. Catharines also treated her pretty badly as well. In fact, we have a bit more of what she had to say about that. Listen to this.
At that point, I had said to the doctor I hadn't received any pain relief. And he said to me, so what pain relief would you like? How do you typically treat your tonsillitis at home? And I said, the last thing my black ass is going to do is tell you what drugs I need. After saying, I feel like I'm being treated as if I'm here to score drugs. And then that's when I started recording, because she started screaming. She was pointing in my face. We don't care if you're black, if you're white, you're not going to treat us that way. And then she stormed off. Someone had threatened to call a code white on me, which is basically a violent person without weapons. And then she came back with the charge nurse.
So here's the thing. After her experience at St. Catharines Hospital, she actually ended up visiting 2 other hospitals. That's where she says doctors, and I quote, were mind blown by the treatment she received, or lack thereof, at St. Catharines Hospital. Now, Eva, we've been investigating this story. We've been talking to her. We've also reached out to the hospital, I believe. Did she reach out to the hospital?
So she said to us that she reached out to them, as well as us here at News You Can Use. We also reached out to them, and this is the statement they gave us. We are very sorry that one of our patients' experiences prompted these concerns. Extraordinary caring, diversity, equity, and inclusion are top priorities at Niagara Health. It is important that everyone who walks through our doors feels safe, valued, and cared for. Now, she also contacted College of Nurses of Ontario, where she was told an investigation will be assigned to her case. Now, this could mean in a week, in a year, in 5 years, we're not really sure. But she did try and take an effort to reach out to people and let people know of her story.
You know, it is a serious story because we've actually received a lot of emails from people talking about their experience in Canada's healthcare system. A lot of people are saying that there's been some neglect. A lot of people basically alleging other racial forms of discrimination. The thing is, we do want to shout out healthcare workers who have been working tirelessly throughout this pandemic, but there are cracks, right? And you know what I think about our one-on-one with Dr. Tam, Canada's top doc. In fact, part of that interview, she even said that one of her main motives is that she wants to dismantle discrimination in Canada's healthcare system. So I'm glad we covered this story. Good job, Eva, on working on that. And we're going to continue looking into it. But let us know, how are you guys feeling after hearing this? Drop your thoughts in the comment section right now. So are you vaccinated?
I wish.
Well, did you know? Toronto has hit a new vaccine milestone, with 65% of Torontonians now having received at least one dose of the vaccine.
Open it up. Open it up.
Oh, you're ready for it to be opened up,
Yes,
eh?
Hot Girl Summer's waiting for
Oh.
me. On the other side of the door that Doug Ford has closed.
Hot girl summer, hot girl nails.
Yes.
We should also highlight that Ontario has reached 63.3% vaccination rate, with at least adults getting one dose of the vaccine. Now, this is close to the reopening phase of phase 1, which requires 60% of the population to get that. Now, you're probably wondering, why aren't we opening yet? Right? That's a big question.
Like, we got it. Why can't we open right away? I'm confused.
Well, here's the thing. The province is expecting phase 1 to be implemented come the week of June 14th. Why? Because according to science medics and health professionals, it takes at least 2 weeks for the first dose to be fully reactive. How are you feeling, Burns?
Feeling great.
I'm so jealous. I've been waiting 4 weeks to get my vaccine. I booked.
There's actually been a lot of DMs to see if you've gotten vaccinated, Brandon.
Ooh, that's the hot question.
Find out next time.
Make sure to like and subscribe.
We love a tease, we love a tease. All right, can we talk about a bit of good news here? And it's actually a follow-up story to what we talked about in our last News You Can Use.
Yes.
Remember that couple in the Toronto area which ended up having the baby on Highway 407?
On the highway.
On the literally.
On the highway.
On the side of the highway. Well, we have an update from them. Highway 407, which is a private highway in Ontario, which you have to pay expensive tolls on. No shots there. Recently gave this family a few goodies, right, Eva?
They did. So they actually went on to Twitter and they tweeted, "We're celebrating the amazing birth of baby Nova Campbell, who came into the world on the side of Highway 407 ETR. By giving her parents a year of free travel and gift certificate to offset the cost of car seats for her and her siblings. Congrats, this beautiful family."
That is so cute.
It's cute.
You know what they forgot to mention in there? To offset the cost of traveling on the highway.
Yes. But now a lot of people are commenting, like, how many people are going to have kids on the highway? This is going to happen.
Is that, oh,
That's a lot of the comments.
On the 401, you don't get anything. So they should just realize that. They should just take the specific highway.
or try to get to the hospital.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I like that.
Heard that. Hey, that's your news you can use for today. Remember, if you have any news stories that you want us to look into, email us, news@brandongonashow.com. Remember, News You Can Use, which is News with a Vibe, drops every Tuesdays and Fridays. And don't forget to watch the latest episode of The Brandon Gona Show. It's Are You Woke? And did you know that Canada has found itself in a messy situation in the middle of the US-China trade war? It's a hot one. Anyways, we'll see you same place, same time on Friday.
Bye.